Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and I'm a junior doctor working in the UK. Today's video is going to be about my PLAB 2 journey and how I prepared for my PLAB 2 exam. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about me first. So I appeared for my PLAB 2 exam on 26th of April 2019 and I passed my PLAB 2 exam in the first attempt with a score of 154. My timeline was like this. On 5th of March 2019, I arrived in Manchester for my PLAB 2 coaching, and my coaching institute was Dr. Swami's PLAB 2 Coaching Institute. 2019 was the year which was the next year after my internship, so I finished my internship in 2018, and in 2019 I started working as a non-training doctor or a non-training resident in India, and then I left my job after 2 months to go to Manchester for my PLAB 2 coaching and exam. So on 5th of March I came to Manchester and I settled at my Airbnb place, which was at a 10 minutes walk from the academy. From 9th March to 21st March I attended PLAB 2 preparation course at Dr. Swami's Coaching Institute. And during the course days, I used to come back to my place just to sleep because the coaching classes were quite long and I couldn't get any time to read anything after the coaching class. I also never read the pre-course material or the scripts beforehand, and it was the first time for me when I went for these classes when I was looking at these scripts. After some time, I got bored with the classes and I started watching them online. But I tried to attend all the classes which were taken by Dr. Swami because those were quite important classes, and I recommend that you should do that as well. On 22nd of March, I took a day off to relax and I explored Manchester with my classmates. After a day of fun, I started reading the notes on my own, and I tried to do that from 23rd of March to 27th of March. But I couldn't finish reading a lot of notes because it turned out to be quite boring as I was sitting in my room alone and was trying to memorize all these scripts. So I couldn't finish a lot of stations. So on 28th of March, I started practicing the stations with a partner, and we practiced with the real GMC alarm bell in our phone, and we never practiced in the academy as it was too loud and there were a lot of distractions around. So I used to go to his place, which was again an Airbnb place, and we used to study there. One station was done twice by us, and it was done once by me and then by my partner. So for the first time I was the examiner and he was the candidate, and vice versa for the second time. It took us around 18 minutes to finish a station, which is 8 minutes for each person and 2 minutes to switch, and we tried to finish around 20 to 22 stations in a day. Within the same duration, on 1st of April I took a break because I was quite exhausted from practicing all these stations, and on 2nd April I took my SimMan class, and along with this class we were taught some special mannequins as well, and this is a paid class in the academy if you want to practice on the SimMan in person, and I highly recommend that you should take this class because there are sometimes few SimMan stations in the PLAB 2 exam. On 6th of April, I took my first mock, and I was not very well prepared for this mock, but it went well for me because I was quite confident, and I tried to make up a lot of dialogues on my own, and I tried to make up a lot of details about scenarios on my own. Like, I had a station in my mock exam which was about whiplash injury, and the examiner asked me a few questions, and I tried to answer all these questions according to my previous knowledge. And I was quite confident because I hadn't read the script for this station. So I confidently answered his questions and I did well. By 9th of April, I had finished my course once along with practicing most of the stations, and I had revised examination stations and mannequin stations twice in this duration with my partner. From 10th April to 20th April, I read the scripts on my own again and tried to memorize the important points. On 11th of April and on 17th of April, I went for my next 2 mocks, and I performed badly in some of the mock stations due to anxiety, and I realized that I was not able to remember a lot of stuff from the scripts, and the mock examiners wanted us to be quite scripted. Also, I was not using the knowledge which I already had to answer the questions which the simulator used to ask me in these mock stations. So I made a plan for my own to not focus on some weird advices by the mock examiners, like not shaking hands with the simulator or following the exact plan from the scripts, and I tried to make my own plan to go about for this exam. So from 21st of April to 25th of April, I read the scripts again and I memorized the important points, but I didn't stress too much on the minor detail in the scripts, and I just focused on the major points and the major management plans so that I can make up all the other stuff on my own, and I didn't have to memorize everything which was in the scripts. 26th of April 2019 was my exam day, and I had to appear for my exam in the morning batch. To be honest, I was quite stressed up and I couldn't sleep very well. I woke up early, took a shower, went for a heavy breakfast, and took a cab from my place to reach the examination station. And when I reached there, I saw all the other candidates and they were quite stressed, and a lot of people were so anxious that they couldn't sleep even for a minute the night before. And then I decided that I really don't want to be that stressed, and I should just focus on my stations, and I shouldn't focus a lot on the result, and I should be prepared to appear in this exam again if I failed. So I just went for this exam, and after I came from my exam, I felt that I had done well, and I was a bit surprised that I did all my stations quite quickly, and I was a bit fearful that had I taken the stations very fast, and will I be downscored for that? But then I decided not to think a lot about it. So after this exam, I had a few candidates who were from my coaching institute, and I went to a really nice Spanish restaurant with them. I had some great food there, and then I came back to my place. After my exam, I traveled to Birmingham, and I went for my clinical elective, which was for a duration of 2 weeks, and then I traveled back to India. Now on 23rd of May, I got this exciting email which said that the GMC was pleased to tell me that I had met the required standard for the part 2 of the PLAB test, and now I could apply for a registration to practice as a doctor in the UK. So that was all about my PLAB 2 journey. This journey was full of ups and downs, I had a lot of happy moments, and at the same time I had a lot of stressful moments as well. I met a lot of new people, made some friends, and I learned a lot, and I improved my interpersonal skills to another level after this exam. So the journey was quite good. So if you like this video, you can click on the like button, you can share this with your friends, and you can subscribe to this channel to support my work on YouTube, and I'll see you soon in another video. Thanks for watching.